guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Heather and Jeremiah is on his way to the processor to pick up the pork from our pigs that we just took. So it's been a little over 2 weeks, and so it's pretty good turnaround time for picking up our meat. Most of that time was honestly probably just the bacon curing and smoking. So in today's video, we're going to show you all the pork that we get back. We're going to organize it in our freezers and just talk about a little bit of how we prepare for getting a big amount of meat back. So first things first, when we know we're about to get a large amount of meat back, we need to make sure we have enough freezer space, and so we'll do some organizing of meat that we currently have still. And then once we know which freezer we're going to be using, we usually defrost it and then give it a good cleaning. We use just warm soapy water and some Clorox if needed, just to clean it out and get it ready for all the pork. And then we will obviously turn it on so that it is very cold and ready for when we get the meat. I just want to say a sidebar that we are extremely blessed to have a basement. So in this area, basements are very uncommon just because of the water table level, but we have one. We did have some issues with it when we first bought the house. There was no gutters, and so we kind of fixed that. But without this basement, it would be a struggle to have all these freezers and store all our meat. So we're very, very thankful for this space. So Jeremiah is now back with all of the pork, and so we've just been unloading some of the fat and soup bones and kind of adding that in this smaller freezer with some of the pork that we have left from last time. And this is a new product that we got this time. This is the pork leaf fat. So that's the fat from around the organs, and so it's supposed to be a lot healthier for making lard to cook with. So stay tuned until the end. After we unload everything, we'll kind of break down the sheet from the processor of what all we got back from our 4 pigs. All right, so Jeremiah is bringing all the boxes, and so I'm going to use some of our old boxes from last time to kind of try to organize things before we set them in the freezer so that the same things can be together. And this is our #1 seller. Right. So we had a little bit of a scare on the paper, which we'll go over a little bit later. It said maple bulk instead of mild bulk, but thankfully that was just a misprint. It is mild breakfast bulk that we got, so that was a little stressful for a second. So these are the boneless pork Boston butt roast, and so we've got that nice fat cap on them that gives a lot of flavor when you're slow cooking it or smoking it, so this is always a good seller. These are the boneless pork chops, so they turned out real nice. So in this box here, we've got ribs. So these always sell out pretty fast. I always tell everybody, each pig only has so many ribs. So they're always a good seller. We've got little packages of pork tenderloin, very tender cut of meat. We've got some ham hocks. This is assortment of things, and then the baby back ribs. So we usually do half of our pigs in bone-in pork chops and half in boneless pork chops so that we can get some of those baby back ribs as well. This is chorizo. This is a little bit of a newer product. Lacey's over there being a great sport. This is chorizo, a little bit of a newer product for us, but it's done really, really well. Lots of people love the chorizo, so we've been getting it the last few times. This is another really good seller, the brown sugar maple little links, perfect for kids and adults too. So once we get stuff somewhat organized, we usually just put the boxes in the freezer for now so that it can get, nice and cold and not thaw out. And then later I will come back through and kind of take things out of boxes, especially as we sell things from different orders we have. That'll get rid of some of it. And so less boxes, less stuff, makes it a little bit more organized. It's very hard to organize chest freezers. So we fit it all in here. So like I said, we've got like things in boxes for now, just so that we could get it back into the freezer. And so later I'll kind of go through things and organize a little bit better, but just to get it all frozen for now. So everything fit in here except for the fat and suit bones. We put that in that other smaller freezer with the other fat and suit bones that we had left from last time. And this is the aftermath of unboxing all of the pork. So we use these boxes for doing meat bundles and stuff for our customers, or just when customers buy a lot of meat, they get a box. All right, so now we're gonna break down exactly what we got back from our pigs. So just to backtrack a little bit, we took 4 pigs. They were about 7.5 months old. So we got them back in July. They were already 6 weeks old, and then we raised them until January. So that puts them about 7.5 months old. Our pigs, we try to raise between 300 and 350 pounds live weight. So now we don't have a scale, so we aren't really able to do that exact. But basically what we do is, we've been doing this for a little while, and so based on looking at the pig and plus its age, we can kind of, figure, oh, they're probably ready to go to the butcher soon. We've also done the string method, where you measure from like the back of the pig's neck to the base of the tail, and then the girth, so like their torso underneath their front legs. And so there's a math equation, you can find it online, to kind of do that and estimate their live weight. And so we've had good experience kind of doing a combination of those things. From the butcher, we get back what the hanging weight was, so that's after the pig has been killed, the organs taken out and everything, but it still has the head and all that. So that is, some background about our pigs and what we try to do. And so this sheet from the butcher tells us what we got back from the pigs. And so the hanging weight for all 4 pigs was 799 pounds. And so they charge us a set price per pound for that hanging weight. And then what this sheet tells us is the amount of each product that's like a value added product. So what I mean by that is sausage. So we get charged a certain price for the flavoring of sausage, and then for the whatever cut of sausage it is. So for grinding in bulk, or for doing links or patties, for example, we get charged a little bit for that. Slicing pork chops, smoking and curing the bacon. So just things like that is what's on this list. So we got back 65 pounds of bacon. And again, that's probably our best seller. I wish that a pig could be all bacon, but it just doesn't work that way. We got 71 pounds of pork chops. So that was about probably half bone-in and half boneless. 25 pounds of bratwurst links. 25 pounds of mild sausage bulk. So just in the tube. 23 pounds of mild sausage patties. 13 pounds of hot sausage patties. 12 pounds of hot sausage bulk. 23 pounds of maple sausage patties. 32 pounds of maple brown sugar little links. 14 pounds of mild Italian sausage bulk. 13 pounds of mild Italian sausage links. And then 29 pounds of chorizo links. So this is not including the fat we got back, the ribs, tenderloin, the Boston butt roast. So those are things that we did not have to pay an extra charge for, so they didn't necessarily include it on this list. I believe on the boxes it says like the amount of pounds of each of those things, but for sake of time, we were just trying to get everything into the freezer. So that's an example of what we got back from our 4 pigs. So if you're raising pigs, maybe this will be helpful for you to kind of figure out what you'll be getting back. If you're not raising pigs and you're just curious, how many pounds of meat do you get back from an animal? Maybe this was helpful for you and you learned something new. So all in all, this is a pretty great endeavor that we enjoy doing. Not only do we get to have delicious pork and sausage, but we also get to sell it to our customers and they get to enjoy it as well. So please let us know down below if you learned something new or if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this about our farm, and thanks for watching.